Oh.
It's the Sabbath. It's the Sabbath.
In 6 days, he finished his creations. All that's in the heavens, all that's in the earth. The 7th day, he sanctified and made it holy. Moses told me, this day will be for a sign between him and Jacob, established as a covenant in all our dwellings. Israel must keep it as the most honorable day, treated as a delight. The Sabbath begin when the 6th day loses light.
It's the Sabbath. It's the Sabbath.
A day of rest is not to pursue our own pleasures. A holy convocation, that's a holy gathering. With us reading out of his law in anticipation for a spiritual measure that Ahayah give us.
It's the Sabbath. It's the Sabbath.
Commanded not to buy or sell or to go on a journey. No laying with your wife, I hope you heed the warning. Seek and do the things that please the higher only. Gather with his people, have a good time. Break bread, drink wine, it's time to cast away the cares of this world for another day. Sufficient are the evils of the day.
It's the Sabbath. It's the Sabbath. It's the Sabbath.
The holy days in the Bibles are Sabbaths too. Jubilees and it's new moons. Know your pastor probably told you Sabbaths any day. Take heed and do what Moses say. Let's open this Bible. Exodus chapter 31, starting at verse 13. Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbaths ye should keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am Ahayah that do sanctify you. For ye should keep the Sabbaths therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul should be cut off from among his people. 6 days may work be done, but in the 7th is the Sabbath of rest, holy to Ahayah. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he should be put to death. Wherefore the children of Israel should keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant. Leviticus chapter 23, the middle of 32. From evening unto evening shall ye celebrate your Sabbaths. Hold up, wait, let me pose a question for Jake. Do you love Ahayah, or is that just what your mouth say? Is it based on how you feel, or according to what them scriptures say? Do you keep his laws, or have you created your own ways? This is Leviticus chapter 23, or the ancient Roman pagan holidays. Do you remember his Sabbath, or is that the ancient habit? According to what your pastor say, he's a part of the reason fly going straight. Highest in his spirit and earth, he gathers children in the last days. Do you love him? Do you love him? Do you love him? Feed his sheep and keep his commandments. Do you love him? Do you love him? Do you love him? Feed his sheep and keep his commandments. Do you love him? Do you love him? Do you love him? Feed his sheep and keep his commandments. Do you love him? Do you love him? Do you love him? Feed his sheep and keep his commandments. When y'all should crack the sky, the world gon' mourn and faint. You out here playing church and say you Christian, but you ain't. Ahayah has compassion and mercy for his saints, and we keep his laws and go hard up in the paint. But you wanna eat what you wanna, do what you want, but you can't. Say he knows your heart, but oh, what an interpretation. He hates all abominations and every sinner should perish. Hell has a larger step for all those rebellious. The pride of life, the lust of flesh deceive us as a nation. Now these pastors teaching prosperity on the plantation. Full of pride, but for the prideful he has no patience. Time is ticking, when the last days, you better open your eyes. Coming as an angel light, that's Satan disguise. You can't serve two masters, you gotta choose a side. As it is written in the Bible and prophesied. After the day to know it, so when the sun arrives. Do you love him? Do you love him? Do you love him? Feed his sheep and keep his commandments. Do you love him? Do you love him? Do you love him? Feed his sheep and keep his commandments. Do you love him? Do you love him? Do you love him? Feed his sheep and keep his commandments. Do you love him? Do you love him? Do you love him? Feed his sheep and keep his commandments.
We on? Yeah. All right, family, let's get it. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Everybody good?
Huh?
All praise to Ahayah. You good, Tootie? Go ahead, girl. I'm gonna see you. Let my smile go. See her? Let's get it. I am Elder Ma'ai. This is Brother Iran to my left from Waking the Highest Little Church. As always, we're gonna give praise and honor to the Most High, God of all things. He's created heavens and earth and all that's therein. To him belong the glory. So, with that, I'm gonna give the proper salutation to him. All hail Ahayah.
All hail Ahayah.
All hail Ahayah.
All hail Ahayah.
Okay. Shabbat Shalom to all those who's watching with us and all those who will be soon. Since you're in the chat, I'm gonna make a little announcement that I'm very excited about. We have our sister Edina from New York, but originally from Jamaica, coming to visit us next week. She gets in Thursday night and will be with us till Sunday morning.
Okay.
So our praise the Most High. And we will be bringing in the Sabbath at my house. So encourage everybody to come, show love, and appreciate the Most High adding, souls to the congregation even from afar.
Come.
Sister serious. She said, "I'm trying to get baptized. I'm coming to see what it do." So, yeah. Today's title is "The Grievous Laws the World Refuses to Follow." The grievous laws the world refuses to follow. Okay. So much I want to say about that, but the Most High He's the creator of words and understanding. So His words and understanding and counsel is much more greater than mine. It's no comparison. So we're gonna let Him do most of the talking today, as always, precept on precept. But going off of what we went through last week, we had broke down the Christian faith, and it's amazing. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and I asked him, like, bro, what do you think the Valley of Dry Bones mean? Because he's one that like to blame God as it's because of him we're in the situation. Like, it's so bad that why would He put us in this bad situation? So I had the opportunity for about an hour to let the Most High do His thing through His word. And I pray that it really penetrates his heart. He told me himself, even quoting the scripture, he said, the words didn't fall on stony ground. So, but we know that we got to do our part, and the Most High has done His part. As we read, even in that same parable that he quoted from, it mentions that Satan gets angry and he comes to try to destroy the seed that was planted. But only we can we can make the decision to defend ourselves through prayer and in the spirit of the Most High and the protection of Him. But what I mean by that is that some of the power is on us, meaning that we have to sincerely desire to serve Him, and He would do the rest. But if we reject Him, then He'll step aside and give us over to our own lusts. So I pray that brother and every other brother and sister who in their heart desire the truth, that they fight against the adversaries, because the adversary's desire is to destroy us. But I also had a conversation with a person, and it is so much reminded me of last week's lesson. When you say Christianity, like especially the Baptist Church, we read last week that it's the doctrine is based off how you interpret what you read. And I had a conversation with the person, and I'm just like, man, it's reminded me of the lesson. the Bible is actually saying what it's saying, but see, it's about how you interpret it. The Bible says, no fornicator shall inherit the kingdom of God. This person has a whole definition of what fornication is, outside of what God said. I'm like, nah. That's what it says. That's it. If that's how you feel, get married. Then there's no more debate. End of discussion. Get married. But that is for married people. What you're describing, because they basically describe what a whoremonger is as to differentiate to a fornicator is. Because it can compare animals, how animals just instinctively just do what they do to procreate, and how men and women are out here just doing what they're doing, and they're procreating, but they ain't their intent, but it's the other part of it is why they're doing it. Is why they're doing it. But that's not what you describe as a whoremonger. Fornication is still premarital sex. Just get married. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and they said, well, my father won't destroy me if me and another person of middle age consently did this, because it's about love. No. Show me that in the Bible. Give me an example of that in the Bible. I didn't show you examples in the Bible, but it's talked against. This is what it is. If you have to practice celibacy, because the thing is that they have not been taught the kingdom. They have not been taught the hope that is our heritage. In Christianity, they have not taught them anything. You know, so I was explaining that the people in this church are suffering the same temptations, but for the hope and the joy before them, they endure. It's better to, make it to the kingdom in your stay of celibacy than to go out in hell feeling your lust. So the Most High gave us this, His commandments. We're not gonna go through all the commandments, but we get the gist of it because time won't permit us to. Okay. So anyone that's watching us, I beseech you, I beg you to, pay close attention and get your pencil out, your ink pen, your notebook, whatever. Take notes. And at the end of this lesson, as we always do when it comes to the commandments, ask yourself, what's so grievous or hard about what the Most High is asking us? We're going to also find out why the Most High gave us these commandments. And the reward for those who keep them. Let's get it. First precept, we're going to go to Psalms 119. We're going to start at verse 105 to 112. No, we're going to start at 103. Yes, ma'am. Con, when everyone's there.
Con.
Okay. It says, how sweet are thy words unto my taste, yea, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. See, that right there goes against what many of the Christian churches teach. It's about your own, how you interpret things. The Bible says through his precepts, right? So let's get a great understanding. Let's go to, I think it's Isaiah 28. Yeah. I'm going to read verse 9 and 10. Whom should he teach knowledge? So it's, whom should the Most High teach knowledge? And how would he do it? And whom should he make to understand doctrine? His doctrine. So understand what the prophet is being inspired to get us to understand. This is the Most High through his Spirit teaching us his counsel, his judgments, his statutes, his commandments, and giving us an understanding of them. Right? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, For precept must be on precept, precept on precept, line up on line up on line, here a little and there a little. So the Bible is showing us to get understanding of his scriptures, we must use the precept, the scriptures. Here a little, it could be in Revelation. We can go from Revelations to Isaiah 28. We can go to Ezekiel. We can go to Genesis, go to Exodus. We can go to Leviticus. We can go to Jeremiah. Here a little, there a little, to get understanding. But all of this is of God's word, not of any man's private interpretation. So that's how we get understanding, according to the psalmist and it was inspired by the Holy Spirit. It says, verse 104, through thy precepts I get understanding. So therefore I hate every false way. The Most High commanded, he warned us about us going our own way, leaning on our own understanding, creating our own righteousness. Those are false ways. That's not according to precept. That's not according to doctrine. That's not according to commandments. That's not according to scripture. Nothing that I personally feel is in the Bible. Like, it's not none of that I thought of, the Most High put in the Bible. None of our father's ideals he put it in the Bible. None of Christ's ideals he put in the Bible. Christ says, I speak not my own words, but the words of him that sent me. So all these words are the thoughts and words of the Most High God. Not of no prophet, no man. 105. The word is a lamp. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. We have gone this many times. We talked about the Most High said that we'll live in a world of gross darkness. In gross darkness, what is needed?
Light.
On the path. On any path, what's needed?
Light.
Even man has put up lights in the earth so you can see. So you don't get in your car or walk off a cliff or walk right into the river or the ocean. Lights were put here, and for the record, Einstein wasn't the first one to do that. What's the name? Everyone that said create light bulb?
Albert.
He wasn't the first one. They had lights. Huh? Edison. Thomas Edison. He wasn't the first one. He just copied ancient technology. They been had lights. Matter of fact, their technology supersedes anything that these people have come up with. We're not the smartest people that have been on the earth. We're actually the dumbest. Seriously, the Bible says that. We are way weaker than they were in every shape, fashion, form. But even in the world, we need light to protect us from danger. So understand the context of what the psalmist is saying, what David is saying. Thy word, thy law is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. So it's the Most High, his law is the guide, us, keep us out of danger in this perverse and wicked world. I have sworn, and I will perform it. Not too many of us in this room have not sworn that we perform his laws. There's a few that hasn't yet. The Most High will, they will. But he said, I have sworn to perform it, and I will perform it. Who have not made that oath or that vow? That made the vow. Did you sincerely make that vow when you made it? It don't matter what you say to me or to the next person sitting next to you, what you say to yourself. The Most High know your inner thoughts. He know your doings. I have sworn, and I will perform it, that I will keep thy righteous judgments. I am afflicted very much. Revive me, or quicken me, O Ahayah, according unto thy word. See? Correct me. Teach me, guide me, protect me, bring me to life in your eyes. Accept, I beseech thee, the free will offerings of my mouth, O Ahayah, and teach me thy judgments, My soul is continually in my hand. Notice he didn't say in your hand. My soul is continually in my hand, yet do I not forget thy law. What is that saying, family? David said, even though he have liberty to do what he will with his soul,
God.
he do not forget the laws of the Most High God. So showing us that there's no excuse to willfully sin.
God.
He gave us free will to do what he commanded us and to reject the snares of his wicked, rebellious sons, which are the fallen angels. It says, my soul is continually in my hand, yet I do not forget thy law. See, the wicked have laid a snare for me. On every side, someone's trying to entice him to sin. On every side, someone is trying to entice us to sin. On every side, someone is trying to entice us to break God's law. I wasn't going to mention this to y'all, but I'll give y'all a little situation. When I do this, I'm not boasting, I'm just being an example, as Most High ordained me to be. And using these testimonies so y'all can learn from them real life and, and do the same. I'm not going to go in great detail, but anyway, yesterday, Satan really tried to tip me with the brother that I was telling y'all that was with me. And that's why I say it's very important. And I was telling Baruch earlier today that it's a wonderful thing when you do it unconsciously. I told you, we talked last night about this, didn't we? Yeah. I said earlier that to take ourselves out of the world physically is evil. Because we must be a light. Remember, we are the salt of the earth. We are the examples. The salt means representative of the earth. It don't mean that because we black, we got a little flavor. Now, that ain't what it's talking about. Salt means representative. If the representative lost his flavor or he turned back into wickedness, what good is he to the earth? What good is he to God? Therefore, let your light shine through your conduct and your speech. But when my drivers got in an accident, so the police told one of my semi-trucks to Flint, tow yard. Now, my driver told me that he thinks that because the front tire, the driver's side, it's called a steer tire, blue. So he was under the impression that if we can change the tire, we can drive it back here. So that's on my mind. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I called the tow people, and they was like, we don't do that. Okay, so I continue eating. Then someone said, call them and see what it costs. I called them and see what it costs. It's ridiculous. And then I said, hey, I was talking to someone earlier, and I asked them about changing the tire, but what if I got my own tire? Oh, you have your own tire? Oh, we can do that. Great. We get the tire, put it in the truck, slide on down there, get there. The same woman I'm talking to looking at me like I'm lying. She went to 3 people to see who's, but I'm cooling in the fan. I'm not even thinking about my brother over here. I'm in awe. Like, woman, the whole reason I'm here is because you said that y'all could do this, right? She said, well, we don't do that. No mechanic of ours or outside mechanic can do any mechanical work on our yard. So that compels you, and that makes you think that, the only option I got is what she suggested to me to get it towed back to Saginaw. Let me explain this to y'all. They charged me $14.65 to tow my vehicle 3 miles. 3 miles. How much did they charge me to come to Saginaw? So you understand what the game plan is. Because in trucking, most of us, I tell my wife this, most of us are over the road and we're at their mercy and we get raped. Because you from Texas, now you're in Pennsylvania, what can you do? Or then it's Friday. It's $140 a day, and they close on weekends. That's $560 just off the rip if I don't do this. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off the rip. That's another $560. It's robbery with no gun. So I'm like, I didn't take the bait. I'm not thinking it's bait at the time. I'm just confused. Like, this woman didn't say it, you know what I'm saying? So I go outside. They ain't got about one chair to sit in. It's hot outside, sun beaming. So I'm walking around like, okay, well, even though the tire flat, if I can just take my trailer and drive across the street, I got somebody come and change the tire. Half hour later, I come with this idea. She tells me, are you aware that your drive shaft is disconnected? Huh? No. That's just something you told me the first conversation. Because my idea, let's change the tire, I can drive, but how can I drive with the drive shaft disconnected? So I'm like, man, I'll go back outside. I'm not, some reason, the Most High is serious me, I'm not biting into this because the woman, like, she's getting an attitude with me. Like, I'm not even tripping. Like, she never knew I was angry. I was, like I told somebody, I was 550 degrees inside. I'm like, this woman is special. I'm not saying the whole story, but she just keep lying. So, about an hour passed. I'm outside walking in the sun, hot, boom, trying to talk to a mechanic, trying to figure out how we can get this done. I'm not paying the tow thing. I'm trying to figure out, hey, we got to slide through here, something, let's go get this, something got to give, So, about 45 minutes later, I come in. She tells me, oh, but if a semi-truck company comes, like a service truck, and they have insurance, they can fix the tire. Are you serious? What kind of insurance? Liability and workers' comp. So I called it, come right now, 2 miles down the street. They come. Mind we back outside, walking in the sun. When he comes, some tell me to go back there. So, because I had to pay first before they'll change the tire. So so that's what told me I got to, something to tell me I had to go back there to pay him to change the tire. Now the manager is there who's been in, like, the desk right here, there's like this glass right here with the little shades, but the door open. She keep going back to him, coming back. This lady sitting on the phone. She can't wait. She counting her time to get off work. You know what I'm saying? So back and forth. So he outside. I pay the guy. And this summer compelled me to ask him, hey man, let me ask you a question. This like 3 hours later. So y'all take draft shafts off and don't put it back on? So it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna put that back on. All I can say is, huh? Like, this lady been lying to me for 3 hours. The plan, once I pay for it, they put the draft shaft on, I would have been gone. But they trying to scam me to Tennessee, or I get no other option. I gotta have them tore out here because it's $140 a day. But inside, I'm boiling. So all this time, my homeboy, he heated. I'm just calm, just walking and stinking. I'm sitting away from him, I'm talking to him, away from him, you know what I'm saying? And so when we leaving, and now we're gone. Now he coming to get me from my mechanic place. We drive truck up north, 70 miles up north. So we're in the truck together. He's like, bro, man, you really changed, man. This is somebody y'all know who know me in the world. You really changed. What you mean? He's like, man, you so patient, man. Like, and I knew you was heat. I was on fire. You know what I'm saying? But he said, man, but they never knew that this tomorrow how I acted. And the thing he said, man, I'll follow you anywhere. I said, no, you won't. So what you saying? I said, what you mean? I said, bro, anything that you're talking about is from him. You know how I used to react and how I am now. Where think that came from, bro? I knew he was going to say that. I said, well, that's what he's showing you. And that's how the conversation happened. I got in the scripts for an hour with him, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that Satan really tests us, especially when we're around those who know us. You know what I'm saying? Now, 8 years ago, I wouldn't have held my peace. 6 years ago, I wouldn't have held my peace. But I'm thankful today that I'm able to hold my peace. You know what I'm saying? Because my mama used to tell me that I talk too much. I always got something to say. I always had something to say from the first conversation. I came out here and did, y'all trying to what? I would have a lot of choice words and wouldn't been becoming of a saint of the Most High 10 years ago. But anyway, what I'm trying to say, what? It's still so would have still been down there. They would attack. They'd be like a judge, 280 a day. You're still going 350 a day. You know. Now, but I'm saying though, it's when these laws about to read, when Most High said we should live in them, we should walk in them, it has to be our way of life. Man, what the situation is, we must understand that some way, shape, fashion, and form, Satan is trying to get us to profane our God. Now, out of all the talking I've been doing to my homeboy for years, if I show out, what's the difference between me and the Christian? So same thing for all of us. If you do this, so I don't care if it's, we all have come a long way. We all are coming. We all are fighting this fight. But we must be mindful though, that we have to always be the salt. We always have to be a representative of our God. Okay? Let's get it. Shabbat Shalom for all those who just chimed in with us. We really appreciate that. Let's get it. Oh, I ain't finished reading, did I? Where we at? 109. Okay, 109. My soul is continually in my hand, yet do I not forget thy precept. The wicked have laid a snare for me, yet I err not from thy precepts. That's what I'm talking about. That's the premise of the little testimony. Thy testimonies have I taken as an heritage forever, for they are the rejoicing of my heart. I don't know about y'all, but I was reading, I'm back reading again now. I'm started over again. I'm in Exodus. I think it was in Genesis when I was reading about, what's it? Something about Joseph or something. No, it was Jacob. He did something, and when I read the testimony, some of the testimony in the Bible, I just tear up a lot of times, like with joy. Like I be proud of my father. You know what I'm saying? Like proud, you know what I mean? I just had these moments where I read testimonies and I just tear up, and that's what reminded me of when I read this. I have inclined my heart to perform thy statutes always, even unto the end. Even unto the end. We must incline our heart always to perform his statutes, even unto the end. Okay? Let's get it.
Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17.
So we're going to go through the law in the Old and the New Testament. Let's get it.
Exodus chapter 20.
All praises. My brother. Shabbat Shalom, you too. Let's get it.
Verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am Ahayah thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Now, for us who are in the know, we know that this is the day of what? The who? The day of the assembly, the memorial blowing of the trumpets. It's called also the day of the assembly, the memorial blowing of the trumpets. When the Most High came down from heaven on top of the mount and established his covenant with us, gave us his name and his covenant, made a contract with us, okay? So the Most High has given us his laws with his own mouth, and then the mouth of Moses, okay? Well, let's get it.
I am Ahayah thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
We should put nothing before him, no other God before him, nothing. Anything we put before the Most High is a God. If we put ourselves before the Most High, we are become a God, which in reality is no God. Anything we put before the Most High is no God. But it is a God. It's not a real God, but it's a God because we are giving reverence or more obedience to it or them than him. Read.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
So we see right now, we can see it with our own minds, real time, that this starting off in the laws, everything that we're going to see, everything the Most High commanded us not to do, Satan does. He entices us to do everything the Most High commanded us not to do. Do we not see all these graven images everywhere? There's not a country on earth that we know of that they allow us to travel to that we don't see these graven images. Read.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Ahayah, thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Ahayah thy God in vain.
So what we vow, we must do. We say we as children, we say we as servant, we must keep that vow, that oath. Read.
Thou shalt not take the name of Ahayah thy God in vain, for the Most High will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Remember the what?
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. We don't go over the Sabbath commandments again, but we're going to finish out this reading.
Verse 9, 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Ahayah.
So not the first day, not the second day, neither is any day that we decide to so-called worship God. He said the seventh day is his day that he sanctified, right? The seventh day, which is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Read.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Ahayah thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Ahayah made heaven and earth, the sea, and all in them is.
So we're going to see that it's not just talking about servile work. The work of man, the work you get paid to do. It's not just talking about that. Right? It's not by chance that, that Satan incentivized working on these days. You get time and a half, double time. But understand, again, I said Satan's whole system is designed against the laws, commandments of God. It's payday. It's party night. It's time to turn up. Why? You think that's not by chance? Read. Not only is it's been we've been indoctrinated to believe this is a turn up night, but everything else, family reunions, graduations, weddings, funerals, everything has been made convenient to do it on the Sabbath. So it's showing that this is a highly important day to the Most High, that Satan will put so much emphasis into getting mankind, to program mankind to do all these things on the Sabbath. Read.
For in 6 days Ahayah made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
See, he blessed the seventh day and hallowed it, not man. The angel said before any man celebrate the Sabbath, them in the Most High were celebrating the Sabbath. This day comes from on high, not below. Read.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
That thy days may be long upon the land which Ahayah thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill.
Now it says honor thy father and mother lest the days be not shortened, right? We know according to the law, an incorrigible child, days was shortened. An incorrigible child, days was shortened. Didn't live too long. Good definition for incorrigible. Like this, for example. I don't know if y'all are familiar with this right here. Some of y'all may be. We know the Olympics is, since the Grecian times, has been a very important event. And today we see how Satan really feels about the Most High and Christ, even his people. We know that these fallen angels hate the Most High and his children, and those who keep his commandments. And they love to make a mockery out of the Most High. You know, the opening ceremony for the Olympics, they had done it, they had 12 transvestites. In France, represent France, 12 transvestites or transformers. Staging an event like the Last Supper. How blasphemous is that? But understand, not even the stage act. We must understand. It's like when it says if you want to find the truth about something, you got to follow the money. Well, we got to understand who's behind the Olympics. Transformers. The pedophile people. Wicked men. Satan's ministers. He's using them to portray these things to our children. Right? But imagine that. 12 transformers staging the event of the Last Supper. Before all the world. But you understand what's behind it. Like, it's showing how they really hate and mock God. And everybody's clapping. Like, my question has always been to them, like, what's so brave about that? Like, even with that whole community. Like, no one who does what's natural celebrate being natural. No one had the natural desires that God gave them come out, have a party, announce it to the world. It's your business. So we must understand the premise of why they call it coming out. Coming out of what? The natural order of God. And the transformers I think I'm gonna press pause because I'm happy that we're on YouTube today. I thought we'd be gone. So y'all know what I'm talking about. But let's get it.
You want the definition of encouragement?
Yeah. All right, family. The definition of incorrigible.
Says incapable of being corrected or amended, such as not reformable, delinquent, not manageable, or and unruly.
In the law, that child was to die to death. His father and mother were supposed to cast the first stones, and then the community. So it said if a child does not honor his father and his mother, they was to die to death. That's what it says. You honor your father and mother, you obey your father and mother, days will be added to you. If you don't, your days will be shortened. Okay? That's what Messiah was talking to the Pharisees about, because you allow these incorrigible children to grow. That God's law has no effect. You have poisoned the community. Okay? Let's get it.
Verse 13, thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not premeditated murder. Okay? That's what it's talking about. We're gonna read a scripture where it shows that man can kill in self-defense. Killing and murder is two different things. If I sit here and plot on you for days or night, and when there's no threat, there's no immediate threat, that's murder. Okay? Let's get it.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
And has the word promoted all that? Are these not the spirits that saturate the earth? Satan has been busy. Read.
Book of Jubilees, chapter 50, verses 6 through 13.
Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. I'm going to try. Hey, Brooke, how I do it?
It's this one, right?
Yeah, it's cold. Is that way? Nope. Can you see that? I don't know how to do it. Can you hold it that? You read it, I'm gonna hold it.
Okay. The book of Jubilees, chapter 50, verse 6. It says, and behold, the commandment regarding the Sabbaths, I have written them down for thee, and all the judgments of its laws. 6 days shalt thou labor, but on the 7th day is the Sabbath of Ahayah your God.
So we heard the Most High said, and his judgments and its laws. So what to do if men break the Sabbath and the laws of the Sabbath. Let's get it.
In it ye shall do no manner of work, ye or your sons, and your men servants, and your maid servants, and all your cattle, and the sojourner also who is with you. And the man that does any work on it shall die. Whoever desecrates that day, whoever lies with his wife.
Whoever lies with his wife. So I want to say this first because it's a lot of teachings where people like to look at what we're reading today as some ancient that was for the Hebrews only. It says, and the sojourner or the Gentile who choose to serve him must keep the same commandments as the natural Israelites. So his laws never just been for Israel. His laws are for heaven and earth. That the heavens and earth must be one, as in heaven, also on earth. Okay? Because they love to say, well, that was for the Hebrews. No, the Bible never said that. It says one law for all people. Now let's get it.
Or whoever says he will do something on it.
Whoever said they're going to make plans to do something on the Sabbath. We're not to make plans to do anything contrary to what the Most High commanded us on his Sabbath. So we see that it's not when it's, as Elder Lawyer was talking about not too long ago, when it comes to labors, got nothing to do with your own. He said when it comes to your own pleasures, talking about labor. Like I told y'all last week, it ain't been too many days in my life I got happy to go to work. Ain't no pleasure, get them early in the morning, come home tired, exhausted, body hurting. So he's going to break down what it really means. It's not got nothing to do with pleasure, it's got nothing to do with labor. Pleasure is what you want to do. This is a period, blank. Point blank, period. Your pleasure is your labor. Man, miss me with that. Well, let's go.
Or whoever says he will do something on it, that he will set on a journey thereon in regard to any buying or selling, And whoever draws water thereon, which he had not prepared for himself on the 6th day, and whoever takes up any burden to carry it out of his tent or out of his house shall die. Ye shall do no work whatever on the Sabbath day, save what ye have prepared for yourselves on the 6th day, so as to eat and drink and rest and keep Sabbath from all work on that day, and to bless Ahayah your God, who has given you a day of festival and a holy day, and a day of the holy kingdom for all Israel is this day among their days forever. For great is the honor which Ahayah has given to Israel, that they should eat and drink and be satisfied on this festival day, and rest thereon from all labor which belongs to the labor of the children of men, save burning frankincense and bringing oblations and sacrifices before Ahayah for days and for Sabbaths. This work alone shall be done on the Sabbath days in the sanctuary of Ahayah your God, that ye may atone for Israel with sacrifice continually from day to day for a memorial well-pleasing before Ahayah, and that he may receive them always from day to day according as thou hast been commanded. And every man who does any work thereon, or goes on a journey, or tills his farm, whether in his house or any other place, and whoever lights a fire, or rides on any beast, or travels by ship on the sea, and whoever strikes or kills anything, or slaughters a beast or a bird, or whoever catches an animal or a bird or a fish, or whoever fasts or makes war on the Sabbath, the man who does any of these things on the Sabbath shall die, so that the children of Israel shall observe the Sabbaths according to the commandments regarding the Sabbaths of the land, as it is written in the tablets, which he gave into my hands, that I should write out for thee the laws of the seasons, and the seasons according to the division of their days.
Okay. Now I want to go over some of these real quick, because these are the commandments of the Sabbath. Okay. It says, and every man who does any work thereon, or go on a journey, vacation, or tills his farm, or today cut the grass, right, shovel the snow. Where we at? Whether in his house or any other place, or whoever lights a fire, or rides on any beast or car or vehicle, or travels by ship on the sea, whosoever should strike or kill anything, or slaughters a beast or a bird, or whosoever catches an animal or a bird or a fish, or whosoever fasts, you can't fast on the Sabbath, or make war on the Sabbath. Not saying you can't defend yourself on the Sabbath, but we can't make war on the Sabbath. So whosoever lie with his partner, buying and selling, these are your own pleasures. I'm going fishing tomorrow. That's my own pleasure. I want to go fishing. Right? I can't do it today. What's wrong with that? Nothing. I can go tomorrow. So, as opposed to us looking at things we cannot do in a 24-hour period, let's look at it on the bright side. You can't get the Most High one day? Do what He wants you to do? Why we always gotta make an excuse to sin? What's wrong with, ain't nothing wrong with going on a vacation. I'm going next week. So you just can't go on the Sabbath. So what, you can leave Sunday. Mm-hmm. Come back Thursday, come back Tuesday, come back Monday, come back Wednesday. What's wrong with that? My people, putting our own pleasures and lusts before the Most High is deadly, devastating. Let's not adopt in our minds that, or create a guy in our minds that don't parallel with the God of the Bible. We can't think what God will and won't do. he left no room for us to think about anything but to keep his commandments or his judgments. You can't make judgments and say, well, if I do this, Most High is not going to do that. Because I'm going to read something to you. For anybody who has that mentality, Jude chapter 1 verse 5 says, I would therefore put you in remembrance for anyone who has that ideal or belief, though ye once knew this, how that the Most High, having saved the people out of the land of Israel, afterwards destroyed them that believed not. Well, he said. See, they created their own righteousness too. The guy ain't God ain't not going to destroy us for doing this. He destroyed them. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he had reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication, and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example. These testimonies are set forth as an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. For anyone that want to live ungodly or contrary to what God said, we can't put words in God's mouth. He said what he said. Okay? So we can't sit here and say doing your own pleasure is doing your own labor. It's lacking your own labor. That is the most blasphemous thing I ever heard Elder Lawyer ever say. And I pray that brother repents and the Spirit of God correct him. And he retract that blasphemous counsel that he gave a couple weeks ago. Next precept.
Leviticus chapter 17, verse 10 to chapter 19, verse 3. Leviticus chapter 17, verse 10. Count when everyone's there. Leviticus chapter 17, verse 10. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you.
See how even in the Old Testament continually talk about Gentiles that are following, who chose to cast their gods and idols away and serve the creator of all things, God of all gods. Read.
That eateth any manner of blood.
So when we cook our food must be well done. Okay? Read.
I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood.
We see the Most High has given us this commandment because we see the Gentiles eating their food the opposite way the Most High said cook it.
Come on.
See? Everything the Most High commanded us, they do. Read. And try to entice us to do it. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, especially when it comes to steaks, that if you get that blood in it, it's more tender, more flavorful. No, it makes you abominable. Read.
I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger that sojourneth among you eat blood. And whatsoever man there be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, which hunteth and catcheth any beast or fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof and cover it with dust. For it is the life of all flesh, the blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh, for the life of all flesh is the blood thereof. Whosoever eateth it shall be cut off. And every soul that eateth that which dieth of itself, or that which was torn with beasts, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger, he shall both wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. Then shall he be clean. But if he wash them not, nor bathe his flesh, then he shall bear his iniquity. Chapter 18, verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am Ahayah your God, after the doings of the land of Egypt,
After the doings of the people about us. After the doings of the people in the land of our captivities. Read.
wherein ye dwelt, ye shall not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
In their traditions, their pagan holidays. Read.
Ye shall do my judgments and keep my ordinances, to walk therein. I am Ahayah your God. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them.
If a man do should live in them. It is our culture. Read.
I am Ahayah. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him, to uncover their nakedness. I am Ahayah. The nakedness of thy father, or the nakedness of thy mother, shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. The nakedness of thy son's daughter.
So it don't matter if y'all was raised in the same household or not. If you met her when now y'all 25 years old, you first meet your brother or sister, that's still your brother or sister. See? So, as we do always when we go over the laws, commandments of the Most High God and judgments, we like to pose the question, as we are going through this lesson, ask yourself, which of these laws are so grievous that God sent Christ down to die so we can continue, we can do the things he commanded us not to do. Because when the pastors say the law is done away with, this is what they are teaching is done away with. Or what are they talking about? We're not under law. What law are you talking about that we're not under? Now we know that it's talking about the sacrificial laws and the penalty of death. Okay? We read in the law and it says this man should be stoned or set on fire. We can't do that in this kingdom. We're not under that law because guess who's coming with fire? Christ and his angels. To fulfill that law, to establish that law. So that law still stands. We just can't do it. The Messiah and the angels will. Okay? But Messiah died once for all. It says, chapter 17, verse 11, for the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. So by blood we are atoned, but no longer are we atoned through animals' blood, but the blood of the Messiah. So we no longer have the so that's a law we're not under anymore, the sacrificial law, because the blood of Messiah is kind of greater than the blood of animals, and that is what he has given us on the altar to atone for our souls. But besides that, what are you talking about? What are they talking about? They're lying. They're deceiving you. We are under the law. God's laws are for all generations throughout, and they endure forever. Read.
Chapter 18, verse 10. Leviticus chapter 18. The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or of thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thine own nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife's daughter, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is thy father's near kinswoman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is thy mother's near kinswoman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. Thou shalt not approach to his wife. She is thine aunt. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. She is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter.
I want to say something concerning blood. And Salaki for that. Dorian, you're right. We understand who taught us that medium rare or medium well was good. The Gentiles. I used to have the understanding when it comes to blood transfusions that this is what the scripture was talking about. But I praise the Most High that He has given me a different understanding when it comes to eating blood. The Most High shows in the scripture what He's talking about. He's talking about animals. The Most High said that there'd be a time that there'd be a need for a physician. Okay? That there'd be a need for physicians. But He gave us an order first before we go to the physician, we must pray to the Most High. Ask for forgiveness for any sin that we have done. Okay? And ask Him to protect us. Okay? So there's a time and place for everything. Sometimes there's a need for it. As you say, He's given us a physician for a reason, to make us whole. Okay? Because of our sin, there are situations that and diseases that we have come into that cause for blood transfusions. I know at one time I taught against it, but I'm speaking publicly now. I no longer believe that. Okay? But Most High specifically goes into through precept what He's talking about. He's talking about if we kill an animal. Okay? Because of sin, we have inherited these diseases. And it's a time for a physician. Okay? So, let's get it.
Verse 17, Leviticus chapter 18. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter, neither shalt thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kinswoman. It is wickedness. Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness, beside the other in her lifetime. Also thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her.
So it says in verse 19, also thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. We know that's during her cycles. Okay? But we must ask ourselves, why is the Most High telling us all these things? Like, who really would do those things? Like, really? Let's keep going.
Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech. Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am Ahayah.
We should not do what? Let any of our seed pass through the fire to Moloch. Let me give you a little brief understanding to the god of Moloch. Moloch, a Canaanite deity associated in biblical sources with the practice of child sacrifice. Now, at that time, they was physically putting their children in the fire for everything they put their children in the symbolic fire today for. We put our children into what? The only avenue that we have as a nation and people to make some money. That's the entertainment. Where else are our people making money in? What other field our people as a nation is making money in besides the field of entertainment? So we sacrifice our children. We put them in the fire to do what? Help us out. Get us out the hood. Get us out the bottom of the bucket. We sacrifice our children. Right? We send them to college with the same premise. The name derives from combining the consonants of the Hebrew Molech, king, which means king with the vowels of Basha, shame. So he's a king of shame. The latter often used in the Old Testament as a variant name for the popular god Baal, or Lord. Who is Baal? Baal is the who? The Jewish people's national god. He is Satan himself. Molech is Satan himself. He is who our people fell to in the wilderness. He is Jehovah, Yahweh, the God that our people have been serving for a long time.
Con.
Sirach chapter 17, verse 17 reads, "For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. He set the fallen angels over every people." That's why we're hearing all these things that the Most High commanded us not to do. They're promoting it. In their religions that they have set up, their temples, their altars, the gods that they are sacrificing to, they're promoting all these things. But Israel is a highest portion. Satan always wanted to put his little hands on God's people, to mock God. He has a personal vendetta against the Most High. These are people that you say love you so much. Look how I got them. So Satan said, "Nah, I got them. Y'all take care of other business. I got this. I got these people. Personally." He is Jehovah, Yahweh, Jabalan, Mastema, God of many names. The true God has one name, Ahayah. But putting our children into the world is putting our children into the fire. Being a hypocrite is putting our children in the fire. I was talking to my wife about some people that's a neighbor to someone that we know. And Shorty's off the chain. I mean, she's horrible. She's a real dry bone. No respect for self, no respect for elders, nothing. This ratchet. I was told a story not too long ago. One of her children, I think about 4 or 5 years old, rode up to my little man and said, "What you looking at, ninja?" About to do a drive out, but so she 4 or 5 years old. What you looking at? But more sadly is that got a lot of children, they just be outside doing worse, mimicking the behavior, worse than the behavior of their mama. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, cursing like grown people. Before the elders or anybody that's outside that's grown, they don't care. Because this woman has been thrown into the fire of Moloch, not knowing any better. The example that she has set, she has also put her children into the fire that she was put. This is why every generation gets worser and worser and worser. Right? So it's not just the literal fire, but if we are a hypocrite, like Christ says, imagine the destruction of that house. You see what I'm saying? If we're hypocrites, imagine the destruction of our house. If my son can grow up and say, "My dad was a hypocrite," what do you think he's going to do? If I stand strong on his laws and commandments, he'll say, "You know what? My dad was the dad of integrity. I'm going to follow him. I've not met too many people like my dad. I'm going to follow him." See? And that's what's going on with the pastor's children. They ratchet because they father ratchet. You know? They see the hypocrisy every day. So what the father of their mama who calls himself a pastor is preaching don't mean nothing to them because they see right through the lies. So therefore, that leaves them with no hope, no belief in nothing. They're putting their children to the fire. Let's get it.
Leviticus 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. Neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things. For in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. And the land is defiled. Therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it. And the land itself vomiteth out her inhabitants.
I want to say this to this brother. But I think the part that you miss when it comes to blood transfusion, I said the first thing we must do is pray to the Most High. Okay? Because all infirmities are demonic possessions, are spirits, evil spirits. Every illness is an evil spirit. Okay? I said, confess our sins. Ask the Most High to protect us. Just because the evil spirit is in us does not mean the Most High can't cast them out. Just because the evil spirit is in us does not mean that we have to give them dominion. Today, as we live, we have evil spirits in us trying to entice us to sin, my brother. When you get intoxicated, it opens the gateway to the obedience to those evil spirits or those evil influences. That's why the Most High said, drink in moderation. Be sober, always alert to be able to understand the consequences of our actions. We can't use intoxication as an excuse of why we sin. So be circumspect. Consider every action and its consequences, my brother. You know, but hey, as Paul was inspired to say to the church, let every man be persuaded in his own mind. I am not here to please men, but God.
God.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I once believed, brother, what you believe. And if that's something you hold on to, brother, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm not debating with you. I'm just saying I understand, brother. But we all have our course to grow into the knowledge of the Most High. I believe that for 20-some years. You know what I'm saying? But I just pray that the Most High continue to deal with this church and you, and that one day all things, that we may be one in all things. One doctrine, one spirit, same mind, same God, same Lord. Okay? Let's get it.
God.
Verse 26. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you. For all these abominations have the men of the land done.
So everything the Most High just described to us and commanded our forefathers and us not to do, see, this is the operation of the world, the fire that I was talking about. This is the operation. This is what they do. This is Satan's world. In Satan's kingdom, this is what he promotes. So it's no marvel that at one of the greatest stages on earth, the Olympics, they put 12 transformers up to promote this behavior, that behavior.
God.
But this is what's in the world. But the most saddest thing is that our people love it. We love this world. Most of us have not been taught about the world to come. You see? So we love this world. And everything what have we read good in this world according to what all these people in this world are doing? Imagine a brother sleeping with his brother's wife. A woman dealing with her father-in-law. A father dealing with his daughter-in-law. That's the world we really live in. And especially right now, see, at one time, it was them. But in the last days, our people are boasting in it. our youth are boasting in these activities. He wasn't yours, no way. He wasn't hers anyway. If he was yours, he wouldn't have did this with me. Am I lying? Or am I speaking with strange speech? Most High said we're not to operate as such. Read.
For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. Verse 28, that the land spew not you out, also when ye defile it, as it spewed out the nations that were before you. For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the souls that commit them shall be cut off from among their people. Therefore shall ye keep my ordinance, that ye commit not any of these abominable customs, which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am Ahayah your God. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children, speak unto unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, Ye shall be holy, for I, Ahayah your God, am holy. Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am Ahayah your God.
So you should fear your mother and your father. Have reverence for them. Respect them. And remember my Sabbaths. His Sabbaths. Okay? Not just the Friday sundown and Saturday sundown. His Sabbaths. Read.
Next precept, Exodus chapter 22, verses 1 through 4. Exodus chapter 22. Verse 1. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. If a thief be found breaking up.
Breaking into your home. That's what breaking up means. Breaking into your home. Or into your business, place of business. Read.
If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die.
And be smitten that he died. So you're at home, somebody coming to, just trying to tell you, if you get opportunity, for anybody who understands the mindset of somebody who break into your home, I've been saying it for a whole lot of years. You must understand one thing. I don't care how you feel about a sword, how you feel about whatever in your mind. That's only how you feel. Well, I don't like guns. Ain't nobody asking you how you feel when they come into your home.
Right.
Okay? Understand one thing. In their mind, you and whoever else is in your house is the only thing that's separating them from prison or freedom. Which one you think they're going to choose? Prison or freedom? Or you think you're going to negotiate with them? You can have everything. That's what I came for. That's what I came for. Ain't no time for communicating at all. You gotta let something else speak. Let that talk loudly. I ain't promoting violence, but I promote self-defense.
Con.
It's for educational purposes only.
Con.
Okay? So, you ain't gotta say nothing. Let the little buddy, they've been waiting a long time to speak. Let them speak up. Okay? Let the little buddy speak up. Or your big buddy, whatever we got. You know what I'm saying? Let them speak every word. It's like the Messiah said at the time, it be giving you what to say.
John.
At the time, it be saying what it's supposed to say. If you
Con.
want to live. All right? Even Messiah says, hey, sell your raiment and buy a sword.
Con.
He didn't say sell your raiment and buy a sword for nothing. There will come a time and place where you might just need that thing. So, okay?
Con.
Let's get it.
If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him.
See? No blood, no sacrifice for him. He had caught in his wrongdoing, judgment was meat.
Con.
The judgment was meat. But Read.
If the sun be risen up upon him, there shall be bloodshed for him, for he shall make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft.
Now he got to work his debt off. Most I give him grace, he got to work his debt off. Right?
Con.
Read.
If the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double. Leviticus chapter 23, verses 1 through 10.
Now he said, remember his Sabbaths. His Sabbaths also include his holy days. We're gonna break them down.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1.
This is the ceremonial law. Read.
And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of Ahayah, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
Holy convocations, the public gathering with us reading out of this law. We must gather in church on these days. Read out of his book.
Even these are my feasts.
Even these are his feasts, his Sabbaths. We say he's giving us a day of festival.
Con.
Read.
6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation.
So again, my people, whenever a pastor tell you that the Sabbath, you can choose, it's a day you can choose to serve God whenever you feel free to, read them this right here. It says, verse 3, 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest. The end day you just lay in the bed and rest, but you can get that in though. I get mine in, trust me. But it's not a day I'm just gonna lay in the bed all day. They say rest. No, you get your proper rest from because the work week exhausts you. You need to refresh. But it says it's a holy convocation. It's a public gathering again, whether it's reading out of this law or the public gathering of the church. Okay, so it's a day we must congregate together on the seventh day. See, not whenever we feel like it. He said on the seventh day. That's the part the pastors are not reading to you.
Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of Ahayah in all your dwellings.
Get him. So we don't go to what convocation is. Go ahead.
It's in Hebrew 47:44. Says something called out, that is a public meeting.
Something proclaimed, a public meeting. We meet at 4 o'clock, y'all, next Shabbat. See? It's a public what?
A public meeting.
A public meeting.
Assembly.
Assembly. So I'm gonna ask my brothers and sisters who are bedside members. Since when your bedroom, your living room become a public place? Huh? See, I can sit home and watch it on TV. The name of the convocation is my people. It's a public assembly, right? Or gathering. Public. Outside with, Now, if everybody met at your house, that's different. But you and your wife or your son, your daughter, that's not public. See?
It says a calling, a convocation, reading.
Reading. What are we to read during this convocation? What kind of magazine they got now? Who? What's the magazine they got nowadays?
Probably Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated. You supposed to congregate and read out the Sports Illustrated? Or this Bible?
I don't mean to lie. Verse 4.
Hold on. Let's get it. Let's go.
These are the feasts of Ahayah, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. And the 14th day of the first month at even is Ahayah's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Ahayah. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. And the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Ahayah 7 days. And the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
So we know that we no longer do the sacrifices, but we keep the feasts. Okay? Read.
And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest. Dropping down to verse 15. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering. Seven Sabbaths shall be complete. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days. And ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Most High. Ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2 tenth deals, that they shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Most High.
This is the Feast of Weeks or the Feast of First Fruits. Okay? Now, as we read through the Most High holy days, ask yourself, do you hear Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays, Easter, Halloween, Mama's Day, Daddy's Day? It's not in the book. Okay? We know in one place where they changed from Passover to Easter. When you go to Strong's Court and look up Easter, it says Passover. They changed the name to Easter, but it's Passover. The Most High said Passover. He didn't say Easter. They're trying to deceive you. Well, they have deceived us. Read.
Dropping down to verse 21. And ye shall proclaim on the selfsame day, that it may be an holy convocation unto you.
See, another public gathering with the church family. Read.
Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
Oh, be easy now. It said what now? So it's not just in Jerusalem, huh?
In all your dwellings throughout your generations.
So it's not this word, the land he put his name on.
In all your dwellings throughout your generations.
In all our dwellings outside of Jerusalem forever. Forever. He told Moses this while he was giving these laws. Matter of fact, I'll read it to you. Okay. Same God, same man. Ahayah and Moses. Book of Jubilees was given to Moses the same as he was giving them these commandments. Chapter 1, verse 9 says, no, I'm going to start at, verse 4. No, I'm sorry, 3. 2. No, I'm sorry, 1. And we read about the Most High speaking from the mount in chapter 20 in Exodus. And it came to pass in the first year of the exodus of the children of Israel out of Egypt, in the 3rd month and on the 16th day of the month, that Ahayah spake to Moses, saying, Come up to me on the mount, and I will give thee 2 tables of stones of the law and the commandment, which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. See? Moses was a priest. That he may teach them his commandments. That's the job, the role of the pastor. And Moses went up to the mount of God, and the glory of Ahayah abode on Mount Sinai. I keep saying Zion. Sinai. And the cloud overshadowed it 6 days. So check this out, y'all. And he called to Moses on the 7th day. A holy convocation. The Most High and the angels and Moses. the holy convocation, out of the midst of the cloud. And the appearance of the glory of Ahayah was like a flaming fire on the top of the mount. And Moses was on the mount 40 days and 40 nights, and Ahayah taught him the earlier and the later history of the division of all the days of the law and of the testimony. Reading it right now. And he said, incline thy heart to every word which I shall speak to thee on this mount, and write them in a book, in order that their generations may see how I have not forsaken them for all the evil which they have worked in transgressing the covenant which I established between me and thee for their generations this day on Mount Sinai. And thus it will come to pass when all these things come upon them, that they will recognize that I am more righteous than they in all their judgment and in all their actions, and they will recognize that I have been truly with them. And do thou write for thyself all these words which I declare unto thee this day. For I know their rebellion and their stiff neck, before I bring them into the land which I swore unto their fathers, to Abraham and to Isaac and to Jacob, saying, unto your seed will I give a land flowing with milk and honey, and they will eat and be satisfied, and they will turn to strange gods, to gods which cannot deliver them from aught of their tribulation. And this witness shall be heard for a witness against them, for they will forget all my commandments, even all that I command them, and they will walk after the Gentiles, and after their uncleanness, and after their shame, and will serve their gods. And these will prove unto them an offense, and a tribulation, and afflictions, and a snare, and many will perish. And they will be taken into captivity and will fall into the hands of the enemy, because they have forsaken my ordinances and my commandments and my festivals of my covenant and my Sabbaths and my holy place. For I have hallowed for myself, which I have hallowed for myself in their midst, and my tabernacle and my sanctuary, which I have hallowed for myself in the midst of the land. And I shall set my name upon it, and that it should dwell there. But they will make to themselves high places and groves and graven images, and they will worship each his own graven image so as to go astray. And they will sacrifice their children to who? Demons. And to all the works of the error of their hearts. So Most High is already telling Moses that he knows that what they're going to do. So that's why he say, in all their dwellings throughout all their generations, we are to keep these Sabbaths, keep these holy days, keep his commandments forever. But notice, everything he commanded us, he said we will do the opposite. But we will sacrifice our children to demons, to Moloch, who was the chief of the demons. We will give them over to Satan. Read.
Verse 22, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 22. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleanings of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am Ahayah your God. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets and holy convocation.
Memorial of blowing of trumpets, the day of assembly, again when the Most High came down from heaven to establish his covenant with the children of Israel. The trumpets, or the trumpets of the angels, not men. Let's get it.
Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Ahayah. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto Ahayah. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before Ahayah your God. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. You shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations and all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even.
Afflict your soul is no food, no water. Okay? No food, no water. That's a proper fast to the Most High. It's the only fast to the Most High. Read.
And ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
From evening into evening, you should celebrate your Sabbaths.
So that kind of puzzled me, because when you read out of Jubilees, it was saying no fasting on the Sabbath. Is that correct? Or how does that work?
No, this is not on the Sabbath, but it should be a Sabbath. The Day of Atonement never falls upon Sabbath.
Okay.
It should be a Sabbath to us.
Okay.
Yep.
We act as if it's a Sabbath, but it's
Yep.
not on the seventh.
Yep.
Okay.
But it should be a Sabbath. He's saying that this is a Day of Atonement. This one annually the Most High, He had them do this to forgive all their sins. You know what I'm saying? So this was what He ordained on that day. Okay. And then also you had to see, like, for example, when Moses and Ezra and Christ fasted, they fasted on the Sabbath, but they already was fasting. You can't start your Sabbath. You can't start your Sabbath fasting. Yep.
Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, speaking to the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles, for 7 days unto Ahayah. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Ahayah. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Ahayah. It is a solemn assembly.
So we start and end with a holy convocation, with a public meeting.
It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. These are the feasts of Ahayah, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto Ahayah, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day.
Who day?
Everything upon his day.
Okay.
Beside the Sabbaths of Ahayah, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which ye give unto Ahayah. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto Ahayah 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees and willows of the brook.
Just real quick. So when we see, when it says on the Lord's day, you see the Lord's day is the Sabbath. On His day, the Lord's day, or the Most High's day. When they try to say that when John was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, try to say like it was on a Sunday or whatever. No, His day, the Lord's day, the Most High's day is on the Sabbath. It's the only day that He said He sanctified. Not the only day, but He said this is the day, the 7th day He sanctified and hallowed it. Okay, so let's go.
And ye shall rejoice before Ahayah your God 7 days. And ye shall keep it a feast unto Ahayah 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in all your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths, when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am Ahayah your God. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of Ahayah.
Okay. So we know the Feast of Tabernacles was when we live in booths or tents, and is symbolizing that we was not in the place of conveniency, but with regards to what our circumstance and situation was, the Most High provided and protected us against all the outside threats. And I have to say, not even a mosquito bite. You know what I'm saying? So He protected us throughout in a wilderness where there was dangerous beasts. Okay, dangerous creatures. I know y'all don't watch the Discovery Channel, so y'all can imagine what was out there if you read in the Bible. Okay, but Most High protected us.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 4.
It's the difference between being. Let's say, for example, we're in the desert. Well, we're in a safari where the lions and stuff, the hyenas at, right? Does a house or a tent give you more protection? Okay. I digress.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 4. Turn ye not unto idols, nor make to yourselves molten gods. I am Ahayah your God. And the next precept will be in 1 Kings chapter 11, verses 1 through 11. First Kings chapter 11. First Kings chapter 11, verse 1. It reads, But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which Ahayah said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
So let's break that down, right? Read me that part again. He command us not to.
Verse 2, it says, Of the nations concerning which Ahayah said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you.
We should not give our sons and daughters over to the Gentiles. We should not marry them. Why? He said because they'd be a snare to us and we would serve their gods, right? So let's break that down. So somebody explain to me how that can happen. Yes, brother Caleb.
You end up forgetting the Most High and compromise, and now you celebrate Easter, or
But why are you compromising celebrating Easter?
because you feel that you love her and you should, because you're married to her or in a relationship with her, you should kind of, give in on certain aspects. But then again, over the spirits that are in her creeps into you because you're going against what the Most High said.
So he said basically, when you marry someone, you're supposed to love them, right? When you love somebody, you kind of care about how they feel, right? So, for example, I remember before I even knew the truth, when I was doing holidays, we'll go sit down. He don't whoop nobody. Got a little still, he don't whoop me. If I don't end it quick. If you don't end it quick, I'm whoop you. I'm gonna go home. But I remember my wife always trying to get me to go over there with the mom and them to celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving. The whole family gonna be there. My brothers are coming from out of town and all that kind of stuff. So that's what happens. So you don't want to so you will tend to try to please your wife, but try to please your husband, and you will compromise and serve their gods. I go to your church if you come to mine. But you will start to you get lured into doing the things contrary to what the Most High said. Yes.
Concerning this, I just seen a video recently. This couple was a Caucasian and African. I don't know where he's from in Africa, and she proposed a question to him: if he could do it all over again, would he marry her again? And he told her no, and so she was like, "What?" And he was like, "Because honestly, I mean, he's staying because they got family now, but he said because it's getting him further away from his actual culture and heritage, and he does things that he would not have done if he wouldn't have came over here and married her. But he wished that if he could have done it over, he would marry in with his own people from his own nation.
Out of the words of a Gentile. Dealing with another Gentile. So we see what Solomon is doing, right? Let's get it. Read Solomon again.
But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Most High said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
You know, this thing used to get me when I was younger. They indoctrinated us, to program us to through television and stuff to believe, like to really try to experience their culture. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't go to Paris to see this Eiffel Tower. You go to Egypt to see these monuments. These are graven images, you know what I'm saying, of the devils. So, but their culture is so enticing. It's so, they just know, it luring us in. Like I told my son, everything is spiritual, son. Like I told him, they didn't know what it was at the time. I said, no. If you, the little hula things, like you go to Hawaii, you can get off the plane, they give them little things put on. I said, no, I know, I don't know what it is, but I know it's satanic. So we look it up, because they tried to give my son that up in school years ago. So I looked it up, boom. It's like they're some of you get like to their God, like so they welcome you to their somebody look it up, huh? Lays.
Some ceremonial probably.
Yeah, but it's to their gods. Everything is to gods. Everything. There's none genuinely. Everything has to do with a reference to the nation's gods. All their little custom and stuff, it got some satanic, demonic connotation to it. You know. But I just knew it. I said, I bet it does. We looked it up, boom, there you go. They don't do nothing. They, hallelujah, wait, nah. Yes, son. Microphone. How you spell it? L-E-I-S. L-E-I-S. No, do the pagan origin. You gotta put the pagan origin on it. See how it changed? Yeah, you do that stuff. You always put the pagan origin because they'll give you some generic falsehood.
It says, first brought by Polynesian settlers, the tradition of the lay making served as a mean of giving gifts to the gods. Giving gifts to the gods.
Keep reading it.
Explains Honolulu-based leg maker Melina Estes. Ancient Hawaiians continued the practice for hula, social rank, adornment, and religious purposes. You're coming on their land. They this is what it is. So now you deal with somebody from these lands, you're gonna eventually compromise. We've seen the so-called wisest man outside the Messiah ever lived on earth. All the wisdom he had, it didn't stop him. See? What did he do? Not only did he sacrifice their gods, built temples and altars for them. But guess what? The worst part is, as I said earlier, how great is the fall of the house? What did Solomon's sons do? When they watched their daddy, who once taught the doctrine of Ahayah to them. But when he fell, now you read about all his sons, Jeroboam, all these sons of his. They caused the children of Israel to sin. See? Built 2 calves. They went straight bold because they father. Let's get it. Hey, question? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, son. Go ahead.
I learned something about jinx too. It's like if you say the same word at the same time, someone says jinx, and then I learned that that's superstitious.
It is. Like the jinx you?
Yeah, they're trying. The jinx. It means like they're trying to give you bad luck.
See that? Yeah.
And then I learned another thing about knocking on wood 3 times.
I do.
But you can't do it under a roof.
Let's get the word superstition, son. I'm getting it for you, okay? You got it up there? I got it right here. Superstition. A belief or practice resulting from ignorance, fear of the unknown, trust in magic or chance, or a false concept of causation. So, are we to be superstitious? Knocking on wood. What are they going to do for you? Huh? Knock on wood. The wood going to come alive and save you? Get it.
So knocking on wood, it says this one's date back to ancient pagan
Get the
times.
sneezing too.
Okay. When people believed spirits lived in trees and touching or knocking on the tree would protect them from bad luck. The Psychic Library says knocking on the wood was also seen as a thank you gesture to the gods for bringing blessings and good luck.
We do stuff that was taught by Gentiles, and now you know why we do them, but it all has a pagan origin. God bless you when somebody sneezes.
So is it safe
Oh,
to
sorry.
say that Solomon taught his kids, but Solomon learned from his daddy as well, didn't he? Because then David have like 8 wives, and he did wrong, and he just didn't follow. Did he follow?
We're going to keep reading. When we read, they're going to tell you how David was. Okay? Yeah. Let's get it.
It says apparently this was something that came from the sake of being polite. This was just saying, even though many cultures have believed for thousands of years that sneezes expel evil spirits, it is said in the 6th century AD, a fatal plague was spreading through Italy. After severe chronic sneezing, death often quickly followed. Live Science says the Pope urged the healthy to pray for the sick and ordered a light-hearted response, which eventually led to God bless you when someone sneezed.
See? Now, brother, this thing you understand. We got to look at things that we come up with, right? That we say. Who knew David's sin? And who else? David. And Most High told the prophet to go tell David. But his son didn't see him sleep with Bathsheba. Okay? He numbered the army. Now let's see what Solomon did. Solomon, see what I'm saying? But David repented, even though now I'm not saying his sin was even different, but I'm saying it's different between being a hypocrite, like I was saying, and showing my son my hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I go and commit adultery, my son ain't gonna know that. But I will be punished for my adultery. But if I leave here and go to the mosque tomorrow, or go to the Christian church tomorrow and bring my son, he's with me. He's seeing this. It's confusion. You see what I'm saying? Let's go.
Back to 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 3. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass.
And it's who?
And his wives turned away his heart.
So turn away your heart from the Most High, as he warned. So turn his heart, now he's compromised. He's doing things against God's commandments. Publicly. Daily. You see? Read.
For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods.
So all these years his son saw him in righteousness. Was for naught. Read.
His wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Ahayah his God.
Like who?
As was the heart of David his father.
Like who?
As was the heart of David his father.
That's why I said let's keep reading. See? That's the difference.
For Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians.
So now he's going after. Now he's fully immersed in this. Witchcraft, all kind of stuff. He's practicing these things, bro. Like, hold on. Go ahead, read. I'm finding it. Okay.
Verse 5. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Most High.
He did what?
Solomon did evil in the sight of the Most High.
See? He did evil. Yes, brother.
It's like the point of no return, because even when he went into
That green one is still on over there. It's not.
Tester.
because even when he went into the Moabite, the Moabitess woman, you know, if I'm not mistaken, they were banned from the temple, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
So that was almost like the point of no return.
Understand, the Most High used to be with Solomon. When he made decisions, what happened? He lost the protection of the Most High. So now he's given over to, like the Bible said, strange delusions, believe in lies. He think he can do these things. So now he's getting worse and worse and worse, going to most, you get something to say? More darkness and darkness? Yeah. Go ahead.
And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Most High, and went not fully after the Most High, as did David his father. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh.
Now remember, the whole nation, not just his children, is saying their king do this. And ask the king, ask the people. You see what I'm saying? They reverence the king, so if the king doing it, it's right. All Israel's going straight. Put your hand up, sis.
Can you give us a quick little review over us with our being married to our own tribe? We got a couple of sisters that they say, can we marry outside of our tribe? You know, like Judah can marry Benjamin or whatever.
Well, here's the thing. I just tell you this right here. During that time when they knew what tribe they was in, then they're supposed to. The reason for them to marry within their own tribe had to do with their inheritance from their father. Okay? Today we don't technically really know what tribe that we're from. But can I was still talking. You know what I'm saying? But there can be someone who looks Mexican that can be from the tribe of Judah. There's someone can be from Naphtali and can be from the tribe of Issachar. We don't know. But we are under the assumption that we are from the tribe of Judah based off prophecy, but there's some of us who are from the tribe of Gad. So technically, when it comes to the distinct difference of whatever appearance, then you be swayed in your own mind. You know what I'm saying? But there's many of us who look like we're from Judah and we're from Gad or some other. What? Get your hand up? No, you. Yeah. Oh, y'all be the hands. You know what I'm saying? So, no, but your hands, to me, like your hand was up. So, I'm just saying, in today's time, you from tribe of Judah. You know what I'm saying? But back then they knew they had their records. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to get to that because it said do not strive in genealogy. So, you know what I'm saying? So, That's what I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, keep the commandments of God. Do that. That's all I can tell you, because you know, you can be from Gad and think you're from Judah, and you know what I mean. So Ephraim has mingled with the nations, and Judah has too.
Testing. Test 1, 2.
But for sure, you can't marry no white man, no Asian. Somebody who know they African, something like that. That's blatant right there. But within the tribes, there's, you know, so.
Come. Verse 7. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, and the hill that is before Jerusalem.
So look at the confusion of the nations. Their king is involved in all these religions. The king. He's building these things and he's reverencing all these gods. Read.
In the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their gods.
See, to their gods. He set a ruler over all nations. We're reading about their rulers. Every nationality, there's demons that's over them. That's over their religions. The Bible tells us the truth. It says their gods, their religions. This is their way of life that comes from the gods. The philosophies, the traditions, all those come down through demons, to the priests, to the pastors, and to their religions. It's not, so the Most High is showing us the true origin and who's behind it and how it operates and what it can do for us, how it will affect us. Today's time, they try to say that we're all one people under one nation, under one God. That come from the Grecians, you know. So like, Agenda 2025 is supposed to be saying they bring God back into the picture, making America a Christian nation again. It's Christian nation right now. They do what Christians do right now. You know, only difference is your president will be saying prayers for you in Jesus' name. Watch. Let's get it.
And the Most High was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from Ahayah, God of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice. And he had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods. But he kept not that which Ahayah commanded. Wherefore the Most High said unto Solomon, For as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant.
Thy servant.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20.
Not only did Solomon put his children in the fire, he put the nation in the fire. Right? Next precept. 1 Corinthians, you said?
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20. When everyone's there. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20 reads, But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils.
So all their holidays are sacrifices to devils. All of them. Any tradition they have is a reverence to evil spirits. Okay? Next precept.
They sacrifice to devils and not to God. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
See? We see Solomon had fellowship with devils through his wives. And again, the nation went astray. Next precept.
Leviticus chapter 19, verses 11 through 19, and verses 23 to 28. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 11. Count when everyone's there. Verse 11 reads, Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another. And ye shall not swear by my name falsely, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am Ahayah. Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. Thou shalt not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shall fear Ahayah, thy God. I am Ahayah.
So again, we know we're talking about today that we should not put a stumbling block before the blind. We should not be a hypocrite. We should not put a stumbling block before those who know or do not know the Most High. We should not be a hypocrite. Right?
Verse 15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people. Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am Ahayah. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
To not suffer sin upon him. So we are to judge our brothers and our sisters, not suffer them to sin. Read.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
We cannot hold grudges against the children of our people.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Ahayah. Ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind. Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed. Neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come upon thee. Dropping down to verse 23. And when ye shall come into the land, and shall have planted all manner of trees for food, then ye shall count the fruit thereof as uncircumcised. 3 years shall it be as uncircumcised unto you, it shall not be eaten of. But in the 4th year, all the fruit thereof shall be holy to praise Ahayah withal.
For those who do not know, cutting down the fruit tree is against the law. He gave us trees to cut down, but we're not supposed to cut down fruit trees. Okay? So if we plant a tree, it's telling us how we do it. Right? Read.
And in the 5th year shall ye eat of the fruit thereof.
In the 5th year, we should eat of it. If you planted it from the seed. Read.
That it may yield unto you the increase thereof. I am Ahayah your God. Verse 26. Ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment, nor observe times.
Use enchantments, nor observe times. Witchcraft. We should not be involved in any sort of witchcraft. Read.
Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Now we're going to break this down for those who understand what this means. Remember we read that all these things that he's talking about, the Gentiles do it. But we're going to show you why they do it, what he's talking about. Because the brother say, well, you're supposed to you're supposed to groom yourself. The Most High did not want us men walking around here like some wolf men. You know what I'm saying? All scruffy and stuff. We're supposed to be well groomed. It's not talking about lining, like getting a line and lining your beard, your mustache. It ain't talking about that. But this is something that the nations always have done. I said earlier, they always do stuff in reverence to their gods. Okay, let's get it.
Verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
For the who?
For the dead.
For the dead. But not just for the dead, they also do this to their gods. For their gods. Hold on.
John.
Let me see something. I think it's in Joshua 24. Let me see. When was Joshua's, no, it's Joshua, it's Elijah.
Like 2 Kings, that's right. I thought
Okay,
you
yeah.
was looking for. I'm looking for, trying to see where it is. I know it was.
1 Kings 18.
Yep.
18?
Yep.
18 what?
28. 28. So.
All right, y'all. It says in 1 Kings chapter 18, I'm going to start at 26. No, I'm sorry, 25. It says, and Elijah said unto the prophet of Baal, choose you one bullock for yourselves, and dress it first, for ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal, from morning unto evening, unto noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any that answered. And they leaped on the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them, and said, Cry aloud, for he is a god. Either is he talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth, and must be awakened. And they cry aloud, and cut themselves after their manner with knives and latches, till the blood gush out upon them. This is what the Gentiles have always done to their gods. They are afflicting themselves to get a response from their gods. So this is what I talk about. He's not talking about us trimming our beards and our heads. This is what they do to their gods and for the dead. It says according to their manner and to their gods. Okay? Next precept. 1 Kings chapter 18, I started at 25 and stopped at
28.
28. So we have to understand their customs to understand what the Most High is talking about. They understand their customs. This is what the Gentiles has always done to their gods. We see many African countries and stuff, they still doing this as is this day. But this, brother.
Yep, I was just gonna say in the next chapter is it got that verse where it like ties it like to where they're all in one verse too.
Read it.
Yep. Leviticus 21 verse 5.
I think it's in there.
It's probably, yeah, I was gonna ask if it was in there.
No, it's not.
Nope.
Go ahead.
They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corners of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
To their gods. So we are not to serve the Most High how they are serving their gods. He didn't require us to do these things. Okay? Read.
Back to Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter.
And we see the result of that.
Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness.
And we see how Satan has done that. Prostituted our daughters. We have sacrificed our daughters to Moloch. Cast them in the fire. Now we got whores being idols to our daughters. You see results. Read.
Next precept, Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 1. Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 1.
This is when I that's what I thought. So whenever we say, so that's a problem with our people, with reading precepts without context of the precept. So brother would text us on the line. You ain't supposed to shave. No, you ain't supposed to have a line. You ain't supposed to no corner of the beard or the head, brother. You gotta understand the context of it. You the son of a king. You yourselves in poverty don't want to walk around looking all scruffy and bummy. Like you're a homeless man who ain't a haircut in 20 years. That's how you think God wants us to walk around looking? Yes, brother. No offense to the homeless, but I'm just saying.
I had someone tell me that the reason why we don't supposed to shave, because if you're from the tribe of Judah, you're supposed to look like the lion. So you're supposed to go all this in so you can have the mane They like lions.
What scripture is that? Because for I know, a lion supposed to look like a lion, and a man supposed to look like a man. You know? Right. But let's get it. They come up
Yeah,
with
that's crazy. I ain't never heard that.
me either. You from Jew, you for look a lion, have a mane around your thing. Around with a mane, you looking like Esau for real. Very hairy. But let's go.
Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 1. Ye are the children of Ahayah your God. Ye shall not cut yourselves, nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead.
They did it reverence to the dead and to their gods. That's what the Most High is talking about. That's the proper context of that precept, those precepts. Okay? Let's get it. So yes, my brothers, you can line yourself up, look well groomed. You ain't got like I said, walk around looking like, you know. What was that movie when old dude was by himself on the island? Tom Hanks. What was Tom Hanks? Who? Castaway? No, he looked when yeah, that ain't how the Most High want us to look. Okay? What y'all know about that movie? Y'all too young for that.
1 Kings chapter 18.
Y'all was bored that night, huh? Just found something. Let's see what this movie gonna be about.
I ain't never seen that one.
You ain't seen it?
No.
I see that. Fit my. Yeah. He was lonely. His ball came his friend. No, it's real because loneliness is against nature. You go crazy.
Yeah, I ain't never seen that. I'm gonna check
Check
it out.
Check it out. Yeah.
First
You
Kings.
check something out. You never check nothing out.
I do.
All right. Thank you. See, I got a witness over there. You ain't got time. I know.
It'd be like weeks later or something, or
Months.
when it might come up in my head. Oh yeah, let me check it out.
Okay.
But I do it.
Okay. You say so? I believe you.
1 Kings chapter 18, verse 28. He just read it, but I'll read it again.
Oh, I did? Oh,
Yep.
there
It
we go.
says, and they cried aloud and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lances, till the blood gushed out upon them.
Which was what? Was it the manner? Was it to the manner?
After their manner.
After their manner. This is the custom and manner of the Gentiles. This is what they did and do in reverence to their gods.
Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 6. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 6. Count when everyone's there. Both the great and the small shall die in this land. They shall not be buried, neither shall men lament for them, nor cut themselves, nor make themselves bald for them.
So the Most High is talking about the punishment He gonna put on Moab, and this is He said, and they won't even be here to do these things what they do for their dead. They all gonna die. So, but that's for showing that's what they did in reverence to their gods, and that's what Most High was breaking down to them, not command them not to do, in reverence to Him or them, their gods. Next precept.
Jeremiah chapter 48, verses 35 through 39. Jeremiah chapter 48, verses 35 through 39. Count when everyone's there. Verse 35 says, moreover, I will cause to cease in Moab, says the Most High, him that hath offereth in the high places, and him that burneth incense to his gods.
So you see that when our people was going to the high places, they were serving other gods, burning incense. Incense. Leave me alone, Messiah. I'm trying over here, girl. Let's get it.
Therefore my heart shall sound for Moab like pipes, and my heart shall sound like pipes for the men of Carheres, because the riches that he have gotten are perished. For every head shall be bald, and every beard clipped. Upon all the hands shall be cuttings, and upon the loins sackcloth.
So we see what cutting was, where it come from, the evil spirits from back in the day. See? So today, they are doing what?
Cutting.
We say that they cutting for pleasure, but they're pleasing these ancient gods. Read.
There shall be lamentation generally upon all the housetops of Moab, in the streets thereof. For I have broken Moab like a vessel wherein is no pleasure, says Ahayah. They shall howl, saying, how is it broken down? How have Moab turned the back with shame? So shall Moab be a derision and a dismay unto all them about him.
See? Again, showing that that's their manner. When all this destruction is coming upon them, this is what they would do to their guys to get protection and help, but to no avail, because Most High has caused this to happen. Read.
Next precept. It's Leviticus 19.
You read that already? Who at?
Leviticus 19.
Oh, what that
Yeah,
is?
we got that.
All right, let's slide by.
Salakia, next precept, Matthew chapter 5, verses 21 to verse 48.
Christ give a little more understanding of the law. Girl, you getting big over there. Why not over there?
Con, when everyone's there. Matthew chapter 5. Verse 21 reads, Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother had aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift.
So what's the commandment? What's the law? If we remember or that brother or sister have an ought with us, we got to go to them and try to be reconciled.
Con.
Or if we have an ought with our brother and sister, we got to go to them and try to be reconciled. We got to see peace with all men, especially those of the household of Christ. Read.
25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence, till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, have committed adultery with her already in his heart. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee.
So let's go back to what I always say. Christ is not saying that man and woman cannot look upon a man or woman, but it says to lust after. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with saying he's handsome or he's beautiful, got a nice body, but to lust after them. When you lust after something, then that's what the Bible describes about sin and operation of sin. Okay? Let not sin conceive, as the scriptures say. What does it say? Okay.
But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, have committed adultery with her already in his heart. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish.
So wherever it is, Messiah said, do what? Pluck it out.
Come. And cast it from thee.
And cast it from you. So wherever you think your stronghold is or your temptation is, Messiah says, cast it, pluck it out, cast it away from you. It's better what?
For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
Again, ain't nothing worth for our souls. Wherever it is, cast it away from you. Let not sin have dominion over you. Cast it away from you. Read.
And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. It hath been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, cause of her to commit adultery.
Saving for the cause of fornication. So we know it's like if our wife decided to go be a Christian, that's cause for a divorce. Or cause want to be a Muslim, that's fornication, spiritual fornication. She is under the understanding that she has done exactly what the Most High said do not do. Put on God before him. Okay? So, because a husband or a wife that commit adultery is adultery. Fornication, he's talking about the spiritual fornication. Okay?
And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery. Again, ye have heard that it hath been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto Ahayah thine oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou cannot make one hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay.
Let your word be your word. Don't say nothing you don't mean at all. If you tell your brother, sister, you're going to do something, do it. Tell the Most High you're going to do something, do it. Let your yea mean yea and your nay, nay.
For whatsoever...
Don't be like, I swear to God, and then you commit evil and lie and don't do what you say you're going to do. Right?
For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil.
See?
Ye have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, that ye resist not evil. But whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also. And if any man will sue thee at the law, and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. Give to him that asketh thee, and from him that will borrow of thee, turn not thou away. Ye have heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor, and hate thy enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you, and persecute you, that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans the same? And if ye salute your brethren only, what do ye more than others? Do not even the publicans so? Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
So Messiah is giving us real gems, teaching us how to be the children of our Father, showing us how his Father operates, and we must mimic him. So he says, if enemy do this, forgive them, pray for them. The Most High has been patient with them. Most High has been patient with all his enemies. We'll be patient too. There's still opportunity as long as he gives them grace. Right? So be perfect, even as he is perfect.
Verse 20. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
And he gave it, yes. Get the microphone, please.
I was just gonna ask. It's not to sue each other, right? Like, okay.
Like he's saying, like, why are you suing your brother? We shouldn't even be conducting ourselves in the manner we shouldn't be going to court against each other.
Correct.
That makes no sense. So just understand what somebody has to do for me. Like, I'm gonna take you to court. So what? I mean, I can't even come up with a reason I'll take anybody to court or take me to court for. So understand what spirit we gotta be operating in to even get to that point. If brother feels kind of way, give him 2 coats. Give it to him. Like, I'm gonna fight you. Like how the world show us after someone dies. Everybody's fighting for these belongings. Give it to your brother. Give it to your sister. Yes. Oh, here we go. No, I'm waiting for this one.
I think it's probably a couple of weeks ago I witnessed the situation, and somebody cut somebody grass or whatever, and they say they told them not to come, and the person say they came, and the person say they didn't come, but they there's like kind of like playfully arguing about it, but hopefully they get it solved. But it's
Here's the thing though. So Christ has shown us how to live, how we should operate mentally, like how the spirit we should be in. Like the whole goal is to be children of God. Walk as he said. Scripture say, walk as children of God, clean to Him. So if we do these things, be perfect. We'll be just like our Father, just like the Messiah. What cause could we put before each other to go to court for? I mean, to go to court, you have to be really angry. That's breaking the law right there. Because it said, go reconcile with your brother. So how we get to court? Yes.
And when you say brother, you mean in those in the faith only?
Yeah, that's totally different. Because understand what we're dealing with. But even with somebody like in the world, I don't want to put that out there. I hope it don't happen. Even dealing with somebody outside of the household of faith, we should try to settle the matter. If they're in their ignorance and being evil, then okay, then sometimes it's necessary. But for us in the household of faith, it should never be. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to do evil, but we should still try to come to them and have peace. But if it is what it is, then we have to go to court. Like I don't want to say that. Let's go.
Next precept, Matthew chapter 6, verses 14 and 15. Matthew chapter 6, verses 14 and 15. Verse 14. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses.
We must understand what that means. So where's the space for a grudge? See? No. Next precept.
Galatians chapter 6, verses 1 and 2, and verses 9 and 10. Galatians chapter 6. Con, when everyone's there.
Do high. Yeah, it's on. I can smell it.
Galatians chapter 6, verse 1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness.
So if a brother or sister is in this fault, what's the commandment? To cast them off or to do what?
Restore.
Restore. That's commandment. Read.
In the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Messiah.
Bear one another's burdens, so we fulfill the law, we establish the law of Messiah. That's commandment. We are to bear one another's burdens. We are to deal with each other, forgive one another. Okay? Let's get it.
Verse 9. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men.
To who?
Let us do good unto all men.
To all men.
Especially unto them who are of the household of faith.
Especially for those who are of the household of faith.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17 through chapter 5, verse 5. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17. This I say therefore, and testify in Messiah, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart, who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness, to work all uncleanness with greediness. But ye have not so learned Messiah, if so be that ye have heard him, and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yasha, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. Wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. Be ye angry, and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place to the devil. Let him that stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands the thing which is good, that he may have to give to him that needeth. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth.
I'm going to read this part again. Verse 23. And be renewed in the spirit of our minds. So it's commanded us, however we once operated outside of this knowledge, must operate according to the spirit, according to the commandments. Renew in the spirit of the mind. So these things that we have learned, we must do what? Walk in them. Live by them. We cannot do according as how we once did when we was ruled by the spirit of darkness. But renew in the spirit of the mind. So these things must apply to our hearts. We must live by these principles, by these laws. Right?
Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of God, whereby ye are sealed unto the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice, and be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Messiah's sake, hath forgiven you. Be ye therefore followers of God, as dear children, and walk in love, as Yasha also have loved us, and have given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet-smelling savor. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as becometh saints. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. For this ye know, that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man, who is an idolater, have any inheritance in the kingdom of Messiah and of God. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 to chapter 6, verse 18. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Yasha is the head of the church, and he is the Savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Messiah, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives, even as Messiah also loved the church, and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth it, even as Messiah the church. For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. Verse 32, this is a great mystery, but I speak concerning...
So we must understand what it means to be one flesh. All right? We cannot be one flesh without the submission of the subordinate. It's as Christ is the head of the church, and all of us must be subject to Christ. The wife must be subject to her husband, as the husband is subject to Christ in the Most High. That's how you become one flesh. We must all be one. That's a commandment for man and wife to be one flesh. Wives to be under the authority of their husbands, as Christ is authority over your husband and you and the Most High. So let's get it.
For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. This is a great mystery.
So just because you become married does not make you one flesh. This is a work in progress. Okay? But this is the goal. We must become one flesh. Right?
But I speak concerning Messiah and the church. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself. And the wife see that she reverence her husband.
And that's how you become one flesh. The husband loving his wife as he loves himself, and the wife reverencing, respecting, honoring her husband. Being obedient to a husband. That's how you become one flesh. And that's commandment. Next precept.
Chapter 6, verses 1 through 18. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, in the Most High, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother.
To obey our parents that's in the doctrine, right? Now, if we have parents that's outside of the doctrine, when it comes to the Most High, you are to obey the Most High. Okay, if you are under the understanding of the highest doctrine, and your father and mother trying to get you to eat pork, you don't eat pork. Your parents that's in the Lord will not entice you to eat pork. So, you celebrate Christmas, you know that you are not to celebrate these pagan holidays. Okay? Read.
Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Most High. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, in singleness of your heart, as unto Messiah, not with eye service, as men pleasers, but as the servants of Messiah, doing the will of God from the heart. With good will doing service, as the Most High, and not to men, as to the Most High, and not to men, knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of the Most High, whether he be bond or free. And ye masters, do the same things unto them, forbearing threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven, neither is there respect of persons with him. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Most High, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with preparation, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
So we see that Paul is inspired to paint it as a soldier or as a knight. So all these things he's commanded us to do is showing us that we have to do our part. He's showing us we must have the sword, which is the word of God, the breastplate of righteousness. We must live this. We must practice what we preach. We must do these things. We must prepare ourselves. It says all perseverance. We must suffer and endure through these things, but we must do this. Like you cannot like I say all the time, you cannot just come to Sabbath class and think that you're putting on the whole armor of God. Right? Soldiers don't just sign up to be in the military and don't do no work. Don't do no training. So he's describing a soldier. So soldiers have to do their part. They have to train. They have to be ready for war. Same as us spiritually. Gotta be ready for war, because the war is on. This ain't World War III, it's coming, but the spiritual war is on right now. So we must be on right now. We must be training right now for this war. Okay? So we'll be able to stand. Next precept.
Philippians chapter 2, verses 14 and 15. Philippians chapter 2, verses 14 and 15.
Now it says, despise not the Holy Spirit. What's it? Grieve not the Holy Spirit, right?
Con.
So when it comes to correction and reproof, read.
Do all things without murmurings and disputing.
Do all things without murmuring and disputing. Do all things without murmuring and disputing. If there's correction going on, do it without murmuring and disputing. Despise not the chastening of the Father.
Con.
Do it without murmuring and disputing. Read.
That ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God.
So without correction, how can you grow to be blameless, to be perfect? He's teaching us, he's correcting us so that we cut, as Christ says, cut the things off that were stumbling us. So in the end, or when our hour comes, we're presented blameless in the things that we knew. Read.
Without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world.
See, in this crooked generation, wicked generation, we must, as I said before, be the salt. We must shine in the midst of this generation.
Con.
To be used by the Most High, as he said, to be meet for his service, that men may see our light. And the Most High may use one of us to, entice them or encourage them to come see the source, to learn of the source of the light, and one day become light themselves. Right?
Philippians chapter 4, verses 5 and 6. Verse 5. Let your moderation be known unto all men.
See, we must be well balanced in everything that we do. Let our moderation be known to all men. Be angry, but do not sin. That's moderation. You're controlling yourself. You're temperate. We drink, but we don't get all belligerent. That's your moderation. Some of us. But as we grow into perfection, let our moderation be seen before all men. Let's get it.
The Most High is at hand.
The Most High is at hand. The day is nigh.
Be careful for nothing.
Be anxious for nothing. Be
But
anxious for nothing. Be anxious about nothing. Read.
But in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God.
God.
Colossians chapter 1, verse 10. Colossians chapter 1, verse 10.
Start that walk.
Verse 10 reads, walk worthy of the Most High unto all pleasing.
We're commanded to walk worthy of the calling. Right? Walk worthy of the Most High unto all pleasing Him. Right? Being fruitful in every good work and increasing in the knowledge of God. See, that goes again, what's commanded of us. Every day, we must be increasing in our knowledge of God. There's only one way to do that. Huh? Microphone.
By diving into the word.
By diving into His word. Read. Read. Excuse me.
Next precept, same book, chapter 2, verses 6 and 7. Verse 6 reads, as ye have therefore received Yasha, the Lord, so walk ye in him.
Walk in Him. Be one with Him. Keep His commandments. As He say, he that love Him, keep His commandments. Walk in Him. Walk as He walked. Walk as He command us. Read.
It says rooted and built up in him.
So again, how is something rooted if there's no work being done? You can plant something, but you don't water it, it's not going to be rooted. This ain't the Garden of Eden. This ain't during Abraham's time when he was a youth. It's because the seed was planted. We have to do the work to be rooted, unmovable. Read.
Rooted and built up in him, established in the faith.
Established in the faith.
As ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Same book, chapter 3, verses 1 through 10. Colossians chapter 3, verses 1 through 10. If ye then be risen with Messiah, seek those things which are above, where Messiah sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth.
And that helps with temptations, y'all. If you set your things, you set your sights, your heart on the things of the kingdom and not on earthly carnal things, there's help for you. If you focus only on earthly things, there's torments. I'm not talking about hell, but I'm talking about torments that you would bring to yourself in your own mind.
God.
Which only make the temptations worse. Read.
For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Messiah in God. When Messiah, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory.
God.
Mortify therefore your members.
See, we are committed to do what?
Mortify.
Destroy.
Your members, which are upon the earth. Fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry.
All these things that please you. See? We must mortify them. Disown ourselves. Read.
For which things sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of disobedience, in the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in them.
Why be occupied in the mind with these things? When it says these things bring what? The wrath of God.
God.
To the children of disobedience. Read.
In the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in them. But now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge, after the image of him that created him.
Commanded to put off the old man and the Sabbath anew, which was created in knowledge. Right? According to his commandments. Next precept.
Last three precepts. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Verses 11 through 22. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5.
Now, I talked about not forsaking the assembly, right? Not just the assembly, but the outside gatherings of the flock. Because see what we are commanded to do? Read.
Verse 11. Wherefore, comfort yourselves together.
To who?
Together.
Comfort yourselves together.
And edify one another.
And edify one another.
Even as also ye do.
Okay.
And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you.
So again, how do you know them that labor among you if you don't fellowship? But we're commanded to do this. This is commandments. Read.
And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Most High, and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, and be at peace among yourselves. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, comfort the feeble-minded, support the weak, be patient toward all men.
Be patient towards all men. It says comfort the feeble-minded. Everybody's not on the same spiritual level. Let's understand that. Like I said, consider ourselves lest we too fall or be tempted.
Come.
Read.
See that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, but among yourselves and to all men.
See that none render evil for evil unto any man, in the household of faith or without. Read.
Verse 16. Rejoice evermore. Pray without ceasing.
Pray without ceasing.
In everything give thanks.
In everything we must give thanks to our God. Read.
For this is the will of God in Messiah concerning you. Quench not the spirit. Despise not prophesying. Prove all things.
Must prove all things.
Hold fast that which is good. Abstain from all appearance of evil.
Recommend to abstain from all appearances of evil.
Con.
Abstain from all appearances of evil, so we stumble no one or ourselves.
Con.
Next precept.
Revelation chapter 2, verses 9 through 11.
Be ye therefore perfect as our Father in heaven is perfect. As we have learned Christ, we must walk in his commandments as he walked.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9.
It says, I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemies of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulations 10 days, but be thou faithful unto death.
Con.
The Messiah command us to be faithful unto death. And I will give thee a crown of life, immortality. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches. He that overcome shall not be hurt of the second death. He that overcome, the adversaries, will not be harmed or touched by the second death. Last precept.
Revelation chapter 22, verses 14 and 15.
Count everyone's there.
Con.
Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life. So we see how important keeping the commandments are. Those who keep commandments are the truly blessed. It says that we will have right to the tree of life, may enter in through the gates into the city or the kingdom. Where without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters, and whosoever who loveth and maketh a lie. Without are all sinners. Within are those who kept his commandments. I pray that we are those that are within. Ahayah bless you. Shalom.
Shalom.